Hey mates, and welcome to Blindformers. I'm your host Blind Prime, and for today we're going to be talking about Transformers Age of the Primes Powerglide and discussing its transformation from robot mode into vehicle mode. And then we're going to go on to also discuss his robot mode before we discuss the transformation, and we'll also discuss his vehicle mode after the transformation. It should be a fun video. All in all, I'm going to compare him to a lot of the other minibots that we've already received so far since I started collecting Transformers again back in 2020 during the lockdown days. And now I'm bringing now I'm just surprised by how many mini bots we've gotten. I just, it floors me how many we actually have gotten so far. So let me get through this extensive list of mini bots that I have in robot mode, and then we can actually go on to discuss his transformation, and we'll discuss his comparison to some of the mini bots in vehicle mode afterwards. So let's go ahead and move Cosmos over here because he's in vehicle mode. We're going to move Beachcomber because he's in vehicle mode. We've got Powerglide here. We've got Warpath in vehicle mode. Where is Windcharger in vehicle mode? I think that's all the guys in vehicle mode for now. Yeah, we got a little more than half in robot modes, but we can go ahead and take away a few of the smaller ones or discuss them immediately. So let's go ahead and just kind of pile people up over here. So let's just everybody gather up. Gather up. Move around, Pipes. Who's over here with you, Pipes? Okay, that's Brawn. And who's next to you? We've got... Who are you? You are Saber, I think. I want to say you're Saber, so... Let's go ahead and set these guys off here to the side. Actually, we're just gonna move them all over here. You go off the... You're gonna distract. You're cluttering up the area. Yeah, that is safe. Ah, nuts! Okay. Well, they fell. Yeah, it was sad. Okay, just Cliffjumper over here, and he can fall too, I guess. Why not? Oh, nuts! There goes my Cronus. My Cronus can sit there. Pipes can go there, and here is Huffer. I can go over here. There you go, Huffer. And finally, we've got Powerglide, and we've got Bumblebee, and we've got a minibot that many people dislike, who's an annoying little guy. He's an annoying little guy, but he's a really good guy too. He's really fun, and I think him speaking in rhymes is just really, he's a neat little dude, and I like his little transformation. So we're gonna start off with him, this transformer Wheelie, and we're gonna discuss him. So the top of Wheelie's head goes midway up. We're almost at the collarbone for Powerglide. We're gonna set them all side by side, and Powerglide definitely can raise his arm up and cover the shoulders. Actually, cover more than the shoulders. Raise him up above the head of Wheelie. Yeah, Wheelie's that small. So Wheelie's going over here off to the side, and there goes... We're just going to set the ones I've already measured off over here to the side so I don't get them confused, because that would be bad. Okay, next up is to look at the Bumblebee. Now, this is the 86 Bumblebee. And 86 Bumblebee and Powerglide are very similar in height. They're about the same height. They are about the same in shoulders. Powerglide's shoulders may be just a smidge taller than Bumblebee's. Weight-wise, they're about the same too. And I think they do kind of, they have a nice little feel to each other. They work well with each other. So that's the Bumblebee. We're going to send him off over here to the side with the Wheelie. Next step is we've got Saber from Star Saber, from Victory Saber. And he is a minibot as well. So we've got to look at the tops of the heads. Powerglide's head is taller than Saber's head. And then off over here to the side, their shoulders where they actually bend. Not up here at the top. We can actually move that. Sorry, the checkered flag's been up there and I forgot about it. That's Cosmos's checkered flag. And Here we go. There's the shoulder comparison. Not bad, not bad on the shoulders. About equal on the shoulders. Weight-wise, Saber definitely wins in the weight department. But that's Saber and Powerglide compared. Saber, you can go live over here in the pile of Transformers. So next step is, we've got Cliffjumper. Now this is the Earthrise Cliffjumper mold, and nothing special with him. Nothing special at all. He's just a lot smaller. He's actually just a little bit taller than Wheelie, with the top of his head coming to Powerglide's chin. Powerglide's shoulder does go over Cliffjumper, Cliffjumper's shoulder, and that's Cliffjumper. Moving off to the side. Now let's go ahead and see who's this over here. Not that. That is no pipes. Don't transform your toes. Okay, are you pipes? Did I guess right? I did guess right. Nice. Where's your other pipe though? Bro, you lost a pipe? Okay. There's Pipes with Powerglide. Pipes is taller than Powerglide, but that's kind of because of Pipes' alternate mode and stuff, and what Pipes represents. He's kind of the bigger, beefier minibot. Him and Huffer both. Speaking of Huffer, we're not going to talk about Huffer. We're going to talk about whoever I just grabbed, and it's Gears. And Gears is actually one of the more fun Transformers. Yeah, I really liked Gears' transformation, and I really liked Brawn's transformation out of all these. They have just been absolute fun transformations. And I'm looking forward to getting Swerve, and hopefully, that transformation's just as fun. But from what I hear, it's not really the case. But there they go. They're the shoulders match up, and the top of their heads match up for Gears and Powerglide. Now, moving over here to... Who we got? Who you? Oh, Brawn. All right, Brawn is hands down been my my absolute favorite minibot so far. I love his transformation, and I really like just how this guy feels in the hand and how he comes together. He has blown me away with his funness, and him and Powerglide are the same in height, and their shoulders are also the same. There's a lot here that I love in Powerglide when it comes to how he sizes up with the other characters, the other minibots. Are there any more towering minibots to talk about? Nuts. Of course. Huffer. Well, I know we were forgetting Huffer somewhere, and Huffer and Powerglide are about the same, but he's the bigger bot overall. Even though the top of his head, he seems to actually be lower to the ground. He's a bit shorter than Gears, somehow. And I love how they managed with that mold in particular. Not Gears. Huffer and Pipes. The same mold, but done entirely, just so unique how that changed. Anyway, not getting distracted. I'm moving on. But that is him compared to Huffer. Huffer and him are about the same height again. And we got Micronus. I wanted to compare him to Micronus Prime, the first minibot. And you would think the first minicon, but minicons come from Unicrons, so you can't really call Micronus the first minicon. Now, there he goes. Compared to Powerglide, he comes up to Powerglide's shin. He's actually smaller than Wheelie. I know, surprise, surprise. Micronus is a tiny little dude. He is a super tiny little dude. Anyway, that's Micronus Prime, and we're just going to set him off to the side. Please don't collapse, you pile of Transformers. And, there's Pipes' this pipe that was missing. Any more guys I set off over here to the side? No, we can go on and talk about one more, actually. Just for the lulls of it, because I enjoy doing things just for the lulls of it. Oh, that's Micronus' power armor thing, which we're not talking about, because I don't like. Here we go. Here's the comparison of size right here. There we are. Now, Powerglide compared to Star Convoy. Powerglide comes up to midway up the leg, almost to the knee of Star Convoy. So that was just for the lulz comparison. We're going to set power Star Convoy down on the floor. And now let's get into our segment where we talk about the transformation. But before we do, there is actually a gimmick that I'm just remembering when it comes to Powerglide. There's an episode of the show where he gives his heart to, it's like the heart of Powerglide or something, and he falls in love with a human. and you can actually open this little compartment on his chest up somehow. And if you do, you're introduced to this little, hey, open up. Open up all the way. What's stopping you from opening? Alright, so there's his chest. There's like this area inside of here. It's kind of neat. It is a really neat little area, and I assume the heart was supposed to go in there, or something was supposed to go in there, but the heart he comes with is too darn big. Like, he comes with his own little heart that he can give away, but put it in there. It's massive. I don't know what else to do with it. Anyway, so his chest does open. It opens similar to Gears, how Gears' chest opened, and there you have, you have a little compartment in there so that he can give away his heart. Isn't that sweet? Now, let's go ahead and take away his gun, and let's really get to the transformation. So first step is you want to go ahead and fold his fists backwards into his arms, and then we're going to go ahead and fold each of his arms down at the shoulders and rotate these arms around until we got to mesh it right. There it is. That's not right. Wrong way. Okay, there we go. So there's a little notch at the top of on the side of one of the arms, and you want to, well, each arm has that little notch. You want to line that little notch up with this little notch that's on the wing. If you feel on the wing that you unfold, there's this little part close to the hinge that has just a little rounded bit to it, and that lines up with the arm. Don't worry about getting it perfect yet. You just kind of want to set it up so you can get it perfect later. You can work on it a bit more as we get further into the transformation and you have more space to do so. Right now we're just doing the initial twisting the arm around while we have the space to twist the arm around and get that initially set up, okay? So we folded each of those sides down. Now we're going to fold this whole area where the area behind that compartment for his heart is going to fold up and over. It's going to just kind of sit around. We're going to make it move around a bit more, but in a bit. And it's not really going to do much more than unclip from his back and flop around. We just wanted it to be a floppy piece for now. Go ahead and rotate his head 180 degrees, and this floppy piece is going to fit over his head. I do believe it doesn't rotate around, it just kind of fits there, but maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I'm misremembering. So next step is we use the extra space given to us by making that bottom area floppy to rotate his arms at the shoulder joint and line these wings outwards on either side. Okay? Then we're going to kind of fold the legs up in a very interesting manner. These are very cool. I really wish they had done more with that. So the little engines pop up just a bit. They don't go out too far, so don't try to pull them too far, because you'll mess them up if you do. But these little winglets come out. You want to just move the engine around just enough to allow the foot to fold out, and then rotate Come on now. Come on now. I need to fold something else out, right? Is that it? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so reach into the edge of the foot that you fold out to the side beside this engine and pull out this toe area, and that's going to extend the entire flap on the side of this vehicle mode. Actually, no. You want to close that up because it looks nicer. Okay, next step. We're going to move over here to the side and rotate that piece out. And then we're going to move this down there. And so the foot on each side just kind of gets rotated out. And then these legs kind of collapse in on themselves. So we're going to break them apart. And we're going to have them collapse in on themselves. Come on now. Come on now, you silly leg. I know how you do this. We were playing around with this earlier. Come on. Come on. Maybe it doesn't fold out. Maybe that was another transformer I was learning. Alright, so just connect them together then. Just connect both legs together at those. If you feel on the inside of each leg, there are these little holes in one side and you got pins in the other. And they just kind of snap together. And then you want to grab this section that we unfolded from his back, and it's going to fold all the way down and meet with those two leg sections that folded together. That was it. Yeah, I was definitely confusing him with another transformer. My bad. Go ahead and take... There should be something to do with this head. Rotate that head around. So we never needed to rotate the head around, but now we've got a cockpit there, all lined up, and now we can rotate the arms on either side to kind of get them lined up with the roof. And the fists are going to act as air intake kind of sections for the vehicle. We'll just rotate that around, connect that in place. So move around here to this side, and we're going to kind of squeeze this arm down because it's not wanting to fold down right. What's going on with you, Mr. Arm? Fold up more. Mr. Arm. Come on. Come on. There it goes. Yeah, that arm's got to fold at a better, more than just a 90 degrees. You got to go the full 130. You got to get that really tight joint in there. But then that part on his lower arm, that little notch, will line up with the notch on the wing, and you've got both of the arms fully transformed. You've got the side wings fully transformed, I think. There they go. Yep, that's got it, and that's got it, and the head, sadly, doesn't do anything more, but you can just kind of push it. You push it back, and it does lock it into place. But there's nothing that I found to hide his face, sadly. And next step is we're supposed to be able to put his gun somewhere. You can put his gun somewhere. Actually, no, we did something wrong. Twist his toes, because that's not right. You need the toes. I mean, his little vent things. The taller one needs to be facing upwards, not downwards. So there we go. The taller one on each side is now facing upwards, and rotate them not on the engine side. There we go. There we are. Perfect. Perfect. Good. Now, go ahead and put his gun on the roof because it doesn't go anywhere else down here at the bottom. It would be cool if we got a way to put the gun down here, but that is not the case, so we give him a roof cannon. Yeah, even though he's known for his Gatling gun that's suspended from his nose. So that's the transformation. It's not really that grand of a transformation, and it's a lot simpler than even I give it credit for. I overcomplicated it because I keep thinking it's keep thinking it's Cyclonus or 86 Thundercracker mold, something like that. But no, he's not, and that is a big negative for Powerglide here, where the majority of these minibots that we've gotten so far have been exceptional transformations. His is subpar. I don't like his transformation. I don't like the vehicle it comes out into, and that's something about these minibots also. I have enjoyed the vehicles we've gotten. I never liked the vehicles that the G1 minibots had. I thought their vehicles seemed squat and just there were just wrongness about them when it came to their sizes. But the new ones, these minibot vehicles, feel good to me. They feel like they're the right scale. And this breaks that again. And I don't like it when something breaks the scales. This was not... I don't know what they were trying with Powerglide here, but his transformation is just not that fun, and it's forgettable. It's just you're folding his arms up and lowering his shoulder wings down, and then his head twists, and then his legs don't even really do anything. His feet fold outwards and rotate, but then his backpack rotates down and covers his thighs. Anyway, his legs don't even do anything really. He's a lackluster transformation. And if you're collecting the minibots like I am, then get yourself a Powerglide, because you're not going to get a better one, not for a long time. But if you're just wanting it for the transformation and you're like, ooh, you know, would Powerglide be something like that I would enjoy? No, I wouldn't, in my opinion. Yeah, this transformation, it gets this transformation gets a D, and it gets a D because it could be so much better, but this is just weak. Especially when we gotten wonderful things like Gears and Brawn, and even Cosmos and Beachcomber here has been amazing. So speaking of that, let's move on to the size category stuff. So the transformation is a C. The vehicle mode is also going to be that category as well. It's going to be a C. The fuselage is too fat. The wings are too thin. He just doesn't feel right in his vehicle mode. I'm sorry, especially since he is an A10. He needs to really symbolize that a bit better. But here we go, comparing him to Beachcomber. Beachcomber's the heavier bot. He doesn't have that much to him. Powerglide. Beachcomber's the bigger guy too. If we put Powerglide nose to tail, Powerglide comes out to be just a little longer than Beachcomber, but if you put Powerglide on top of Beachcomber, Powerglide can cover, you know, his wing arms can fold down. His fuselage is very narrow, and these wings are not very thick at all. That's the Beachcomber comparison, and we got another, you know, flying vehicle comparison time. We've got Cosmos here, Cosmos and Powerglide. Powerglide, you know, Cosmos. So Powerglide is longer than Cosmos in the wingspan, and Powerglide is longer than Cosmos in the nose to tail kind of area. Weight-wise, Cosmos has got it on Powerglide. Height-wise, Cosmos has got it on Powerglide. Cosmos just has that oomph. He brings it to the table. His weird button-looking self. He looks like a big old. I mean, it feels like a big old button, like pow. So that's Cosmos. Yeah, I like Cosmos. And of course, there's the Beam Me Up Scotty Ray that you can get for Cosmos. You could probably find the plans for it. I bought it at TFCon, and I really like this. It's fun. So there we go. There's Cosmos. Let's move on to Beachcomber. We talked about. We've got Warpath here. So here's our other military vehicle, minibot, and Warpath definitely symbolizes the tank a lot better than Powerglide symbolizes the A10 Warthog. Yeah, Warpath is really kicking it with the Shelby. Or is it Sherman? All right, there we go. So Warpath is as wide. Powerglide's engines are as wide as Warpath is wide. Yeah, even Powerglide's tail fins are about the same width as Warpath. Powerglide's fuselage is pretty thick in comparison to Warpath. Wingtip to wingtip wise, Powerglide is longer than Warpath, definitely. But tail to nose wise, Powerglide is also longer than Warpath. And Warpath had a really unique transformation when it comes to his feet. I really like the way that Warpath comes together. Warpath is a treat, but he's complicated. Like he'll frustrate you to transform sometimes because everything just has to go a certain way. But you get all these panels that unfold and fold back together, and he's just a treat. So Warpath is he's one of my favorites so far because of just his transformation alone. And finally, we have another Transformer who didn't really score well on the transformation department, and that is Windcharger. So Windcharger and Powerglide here, we've got them compared. They are about the same. Like, Windcharger is definitely shorter than Powerglide when it comes to tail to nose on the vehicle. Powerglide is definitely longer than Windcharger is long tail to nose. Powerglide and Windcharger have about the same weight to them. Windcharger, of course, has the fun blast effect, which definitely makes him happier, in my opinion. The Windcharger definitely feels better as a vehicle, even though I didn't like Windcharger's that transformation or his vehicle mode as much as I really wish I should have. But it's definitely his vehicle mode is leaps and bounds better than Powerglide. Now, to talk about Powerglide real quick, we've got a final little size comparison, and I don't even know how I'm going to do this without without possibly breaking something. I don't think I will break things. Here we go. Ah, so heavy. Okay, so we've got Powerglide here. We're gonna line Powerglide up to the center of the video. There we are. And now next step is we're gonna pick up this big honking dude here and slide him around. And here we go. So we're just gonna bring in his nose. Here we go. And we're gonna compare sizes. Okay, so Powerglide here is we're gonna measure him around. There we go. Line up the nose. Okay, so from the nose of Powerglide to the tail of Powerglide is the extent it takes to get from the nose to the bottom of the cockpit for this big thing here. Weight-wise, Rattler wins. Rattler wins. And wingspan, Rattler wins. Let's see. If we put Powerglide over here on his nose, there we go. Look at that. That's a fun little thing right there, isn't it? Yeah. This is just a massive thing. You know, Rattler is crazy, and I just couldn't help myself. Anyway, for final judgment on the Powerglide, I'm gonna have to give Powerglide. What was that? Nets. Did your wheels just come out? I don't know what was that. Alright, I'm just gonna hold. Yeah, your wheel totally came out. Alright. Put your wheels there. Very cool. Alright, good. Yeah, so for vehicle mode, the Powerglide is going to get a straight up. It's just awful. It's getting an F. I haven't given anything an F for its vehicle mode before. I've always been really light-handed, but the A10 is one of my favorite vehicles, and I was looking forward to Powerglide being, not as good as the Rattler in the shape and size, but at least, something nice, something that I could tell was an A10 by the feel of it, and that's not Powerglide. Powerglide's an okay robot mode. Is he my favorite minibot? Not by a long shot. He's one of my least favorite minibots from this new collection. But, at least he's there in the collection, right? He does fill in that space. And at the end of the day, I wish he was more. But that's what I wanted him to be. So I really wish he could have been as cool as a Rattler. That would have just been awesome. I don't know about the rest of you, but I would have loved it. And anybody out there making decals, somebody make some decals to turn the Rattler into Powerglide, because that would just be fun. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I've been Blind Prime, and this has been Age of the Primes Powerglide. Until next Prime, bye-bye for now.